Hello vinyl community, this is Greg from 3 Dimensions of Music. I'm just coming out live to show you some new finds for October, CDs and some vinyl. First one I'll show you, and these were all for $1. Changes, David Bowie. Who doesn't like David Bowie, right? I sure like him. Pretty nice find, Marvin Gaye. This was made in Holland, import. Not the greatest quality of recording, but some great songs on there. Marvin Gaye. Next one, I really enjoyed this. Joni Mitchell, Night Ride Home. A lot of great songs. A lot of good people work with her on this one. But just a really nice folky type album. Well done. I got a Johnny Winter Gold. And this one, although there's some decent songs on here, the sound quality is not that great. So sometimes you spend $1 and you get lucky, sometimes not so much. But there's some Johnny Winter. This one was a nice find. I just got this on vinyl, but for $1 I couldn't pass it up. This Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs CD. Great concert for sure. Live on Two Legs. That was record store day last year. The next one, 10,000 Maniacs, Blind Man Zoo. I got a 10,000 Maniacs live, MTV Live, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking for 10,000 Maniacs when I find them. For $1 I collect them. Next one is Herbie Hancock, Gershwin. He does some Gershwin tunes, Gershwin's World. And he's got some nice people with him, James Carter, Chick Corea, Kenny Garrett, Joni Mitchell, Wayne Shorter, Stevie Wonder. A lot of good people joined Herbie Hancock for this collection. So that was a nice find for that. Now I think that's on Verve. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's on Verve. Next one up. Grateful Dead. This was $2 because it was a 2-disc set. Grateful Dead, real nice set. The Arista Years, I believe it is. The Arista Years. So a lot of good songs on here. Of course, Grateful Dead, can't pass it up for $1 a disc. Next one, and it looks like this particular one was from a weekend where somebody dropped off a bunch of blues to somebody to sell. Because I have a connection out at the flea market, and he has a guy who supplies him with the CDs. And every once in a while you go up to his space and he'll have a stack of CDs there, and you know he got something new. So I kind of dug through them, and he charges $2 a piece. So this is Albert King, The Very Best Of, on Rhino. So I got a lot of good blues this time around. Let's see. This one, it's not blues, but it kind of derives in blues, rock and roll. 2-disc set, AC/DC Live. Really good concert, good sound and CD. Just filling in on my AC/DC collection, and I do like this band. They have a lot of fun for sure. Next one is Miles Davis, Roundabout Midnight. This was a nice pickup for $2. Columbia, 2i, just kidding. Anyways, good Miles Davis music for sure. He has he's got Miles Davis, John Coltrane. Can't even see it right now, but add to my Miles Davis CD collection. John Mayer, Any Given Thursday. Say what you will about John Mayer. He is kind of poppy sometimes, but he's a great guitarist and a pretty good singer. But listening to this was funny because the women in this crowd were screaming like they were watching the Beatles. If you remember back in the day, when the Beatles would come on Ed Sullivan and they screamed so loud you couldn't even hear yourself. I couldn't imagine being there. But the same kind of screaming on here. So the recording is really good, but a lot of screaming for sure. Those women were swooning. Jimmy Vaughn. Everybody knows Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is his brother Jimmy Vaughn. And they played together on one CD, and the Stevie Ray Vaughan. But Jimmy Vaughn made quite a few CDs himself, a lot of music himself. This one here is called Strange Pleasure, and I'm telling you what, I actually found 2 of them. This was pretty good. Stevie Vaughan, or Jimmy Vaughan. right here is a better one, and this is called Out There. And there are some great songs on this CD, so I'm going to add it to my Stevie Ray Vaughan collection to stay with the V's and the Vaughns. Next one up, great find for $1, 2 CD, The Essential Johnny Cash. He has all kinds of guest artists that he performs with on these songs, Columbia. So that was a fantastic find for me. Johnny Cash has been coming into my house lately. Filter, my friend down in Florida, Ron, he got me turned on to Filter, and I do like this band. So this was the third one in line that I have in Filter, and I believe this is called Title of Record, Filter. This was a wonderful find for me, Jethro Tull. I don't have this album, and I just love this music that they did on this. Fantastic, Jethro Tull, This Was. I'm sure a lot of people have it on vinyl, and see, I haven't had this, haven't listened to it. Once I did, boy, am I glad I got it, and for $1 no less. It's great shape. Next one, Best of King's X. This will be the first time King's X in my collection. Wow, that was a great save there. All the best. I'm getting more and more compilations like this, which is nice because then I could check out the band. This was an unusual one. Warren Haynes, Tales of Ordinary Madness. Sounds like an Ozzy Osbourne CD. But this is Warren Haynes of Allman Brothers and Government Mule. He's done a few solos, and they're real good. They're real good. Real quickly, Booker T and the MGs, Best Of, another compilation. The one thing about these compilations is you get the very early recordings, and then as they go in through their career, so the earlier ones sound a little bit tinny, not a lot of signal on those earlier tunes, because what they got to work with, I guess. And the last CD real quick is Hound Dog Taylor, another blues. Beware of the Dog on Alligator. So that was a good find too. A lot of good blues, for sure. I've been building up my booze and blues collection. Quickly on the vinyl front, I got a Wishbone Ash, New England. It was a nice find. I don't have this. Next one I got from Walmart, Duets with Charlie Daniels, and he has it's on white vinyl. Very nice album. Let me read some of the luminaries that he's with. Travis Tritt, Vince Gill, Earl Gary and Randy Scruggs, Dolly Parton, Darius Rucker, I know who that is, the Del McCoury Band. There's two records, 4 sides of, and it's a unique album. I love these kind of albums when they put these together. They always have one of a kind music. And while I was at Walmart, I've been always looking to see if they were going to ever reduce this Raising Sand. Robert Plant, Alison Krauss. I believe this is their first one, I think, or the second one that they released. This was kind of a nice thing because it didn't have any cover on it. It was open, so it was an open record. And there's no shrink on these Robert Plant, Alison Krauss. In the Walmart, they have this real, just a cover like this plastic cover, and there's no shrink on none of the albums. So really, they're all open, I guess. I'm not sure if somebody all opened them all, but I asked her. This one didn't have any kind of cover on it, and it was bent in the corner. One of the corners was bent, and they gave me the manager of the Walmart reduced it to this much. That was pretty cool for that record. So I waited, and I was rewarded. Next one up, which is German. Krautrock, I guess, or German band. I've seen this shown in the VC. It's always piqued my interest, and I'm glad I got it. It's a great album. It sounds great. Let's see, that is Illusions on a Double Dimple, and the name of the band is Triumvirate, and it kind of reminds me of the Pink Floyd. This is an English band for sure. Let's see. lastly was Stomo Yamashita, Go. This one was a great find for me because some of the people on this album, if you ever see this, and I have seen it from time to time, but this was in pretty good shape. Here's the opening. And who's on here is pretty cool because you got Al Di Meola, Michael Shreve, who played with Santana, the drummer. Stomo Yamashita is a percussion and piano. Steve Winwood on vocals. I mean, this is just a fantastic album. It's called Go. Stomo Yamashita. So that was a nice find. Hey, real quick, I got a couple of books to show you. I'll throw this in. I just bought this. It's a Rolling Stone collector's edition of Pink Floyd. If you're a Pink Floyd fan, this has got some fantastic pictures of the guys. Great stories from beginning to end. This is a great little book to get. Some great pictures. There's one picture in here, let me show you real quick, that it just caught me like, let's see where it's at. It's a gatefold type picture. Where's it going? Let's see. It's not really in the middle. Where is it? It really blew me away. Well, I figures. You're going to have to buy it, I guess, because I can't find it. Anyways, there's a great picture of them playing. There's pictures in every page. It's just a great book to pick up. It's not cheap, but it's a collector's edition. If you're a Pink Floyd fan, which I am, I got it. Another book I got at a flea market for $5 is this Led Zeppelin, the illustrated biography. Another book that has some fantastic pictures. Amazing book through pictures. And I love these kind of books, so you don't have to do a lot of reading, and you just envelope yourself with the music playing and check them out. And this is a great book for $5. And then I found another one, same type of book, illustrated biography of the Rolling Stones. I wanted that so much, but that guy had $35 on it, and he wouldn't budge. And I got this for $5, so I figured, well, maybe that Rolling Stones will show up somewhere down the road. Don't have to have it for that cost. And then this particular monster, Dust and Grooves, probably a lot of you are familiar with this. I knew about it, but I never considered buying it because it was expensive in the store. But my wife got it for $1, so that's fantastic. She's been a great addition to my team. I mean, this girl's finding stuff that I just walk right past. $1, and this is perfect condition. I got to read this, Dust and Grooves. There's a lot to read in there. A lot of pictures, a lot of words. But hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your support and your comments. Been picking up a few new subscribers, and I appreciate that. I even got a message from Ambi. Sometimes I get a message from her. She checks me out. I appreciate everybody looking in to see how I'm doing. Greg signing out. And for you, London, how are you doing, baby? London, I see you. Yeah, maybe press